Hello everyone, welcome to our session. Today we're diving into Mega Goal 2.2. I'm excited to guide you through this journey. We'll be focusing on Unit 7, which is titled, There is No Place Like Home, and we'll be exploring writing skills. Over the next few minutes, I'll give you an overview of what to expect, including key concepts and activities. So let's get started and make this learning experience engaging and enjoyable. Today, we're going to explore a descriptive essay about a house. We'll look at how to describe its parts thoroughly and accurately. First, we'll focus on completing the house parts description, making sure to cover all the key elements that make a house unique. Next, we'll examine some unusual houses correctly, highlighting what makes them stand out. Then, we'll learn how to describe the main elements of the house text effectively. Finally, we'll analyze the lesson objectives, understanding how these descriptions help us communicate more clearly and connect to the overall theme of our presentation. This approach will help us develop a detailed and engaging description of any house we choose to write about. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. All right, let's take a closer look at this slide. We see a sequence of numbers from 5 down to 1, which often represents a countdown or a sequence leading up to an important moment. Now, the key question here is, how many paragraphs are there? Well, visually, it appears to be a single continuous piece of text, but underneath, there is a question asking us to identify the number of paragraphs. This encourages us to think about the structure of the content we're dealing with. Next, the slide asks, what is the title of the text? Which invites us to consider the main focus or heading that ties everything together. It's important because understanding the title helps us grasp the overall theme or purpose of this section. In terms of the content, this slide is about breaking down the structure of written material, specifically, how many paragraphs there are and what the title might be, so that we can analyze or interpret the content more effectively. Throughout the presentation, keeping these questions in mind helps us develop a sharper eye for how information is organized, which ultimately makes us better at both creating and understanding complex texts. So, as we move forward, remember that identifying paragraph structure and titles is a key part of developing clear, impactful communication. Adobe is a building material that's been used for centuries, made from natural ingredients like sand, clay, water, and organic material. These ingredients are shaped into bricks and then left to dry in the sun, creating a durable and eco-friendly construction material. What's really fascinating is how this material lends itself to beautiful, organic designs. For example, you can see a large adobe home with soft, flowing lines. It's not just functional, but also aesthetically pleasing. Part of the house actually extends out from the main adobe shell, stretching all the way to the edge of a cliff. This architectural choice creates a striking visual and offers incredible views, blending the structure seamlessly with the natural landscape. From the street, the front of the house appears quite traditional, featuring a driveway, a cactus tree at the entrance, and that iconic adobe look. It's inviting and complements the surrounding desert environment. However, the back of the house tells a different story. It features large windows that open up to the breathtaking canyon below, and the structure stretches all the way to the cliff's edge, maximizing those stunning vistas. One of the most innovative features of this home is the floor made of thick, custom-designed glass. This isn't just for style. It allows residents to have a unique, unobstructed view of the canyon beneath their feet, creating a sense of connection with nature that's truly extraordinary. Overall, this design exemplifies how traditional adobe construction can be combined with modern elements to create homes that are both beautiful and deeply integrated with their environment. As I step into this spacious room, I notice how it stretches out in all directions, giving a real sense of openness. To my left, I can see the kitchen, which adds a warm, inviting feel to the space. Looking around, I observe the door and large windows that let in an abundance of sunlight, streaming in and illuminating everything inside. Outside, I catch a glimpse of the street and the dramatic cliff beyond, offering a spectacular view that really takes my breath away. Inside, I notice the wooden cabinets in the kitchen, which add a cozy touch, and nearby, there's a comfortable sitting area perfect for relaxing. The view from here is truly breathtaking, a vast, gaping canyon that seems to go on forever. As I take all this in, I can smell the most enticing aromas, cumin, chilies, and herbs, that seem to fill the air, tantalizing my senses. I imagine the hard floor beneath my feet, cool and solid, grounding me in this moment. And I can almost feel the air whooshing past me, as if a gentle breeze is passing through, adding to the sensation of being in a place that's alive with energy and beauty. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. When I look at the chart notes about the house, I see several key points that really help us understand its character and significance. First, the notes mention the architectural style, which gives us insight into the era it was built and the design influences. It's not just about aesthetics. The style tells a story about the period and the cultural context. Next, the notes highlight some unique features of the house, like the layout or specific details that set it apart from others. These details can include things like the materials used, the craftsmanship, or any renovations that have been made over time. They help us appreciate the house's history and the care taken to preserve its character. The notes also point out the condition of the house and any restoration efforts. This is important because it reflects how well the house has been maintained and how its history has been preserved for future generations. All these points connect to our broader theme of understanding historical homes and their importance in preserving our cultural heritage. By examining these details, we gain a deeper appreciation for the house's story and its role in our community. Let's look at an example of a descriptive essay. Here, the goal is to really bring a scene or a subject to life for the reader. You want to use vivid language, sensory details, and personal impressions to create a clear picture. This slide highlights how descriptive essays focus on painting a picture with words, making the reader feel as if they are right there experiencing it. As we go through this example, notice how it emphasizes specific details and emotions, which are key to engaging the reader. Remember, in our overall presentation theme, descriptive essays are powerful tools for storytelling and creating connections through detailed, sensory-rich language. Let's go through the key steps to writing a descriptive essay. First, it's important to plan and organize your ideas clearly. Think about what you want to describe and how you can paint a vivid picture for your reader. Next, focus on using detailed and sensory language to bring your subject to life. Remember, the goal is to make your reader feel like they're right there with you. As you write, keep connecting your descriptions to the overall theme of your essay, ensuring everything ties together smoothly. Finally, revise your work to improve clarity and impact, making sure your descriptions are both accurate and engaging. Following these steps will help you craft a compelling and well-structured descriptive essay that captures your audience's imagination. Let's take a look at the final slide, which points us towards the workbook, specifically page 292, where you'll find the exercise labeled M. This is an important part of your learning process because it allows you to apply what we've discussed today in a practical way. The homework assigned here is to complete this exercise, which is designed to reinforce your understanding and help solidify the concepts. Remember, engaging actively with these exercises is key to mastering the material. So, I encourage you to set aside some focused time to work through this page. Think of it as an opportunity to test your knowledge and identify any areas where you might need a bit more review. Connecting this back to our overall theme, these exercises are not just tasks, they're steps toward building confidence and competence in the subject. Thanks for your attention today, and I look forward to seeing your progress as you work through this final activity.